We're super excited to get this day going. We've got a tank of water in the back of the truck. We got these 3 students with me, and we've got Noah. And so here we are. Enjoy the ride. We're going to buy tilapia. So right now we're headed to Comayagua, which is like 2 hours away from where we are.
Despacito, despacito.
Guys, so we just got 5,500 fingerlings, tilapia fingerlings. Most of them look like they're gray. That's what's available right now. There might be a couple red ones in there, but this is how we're transporting the fingerlings back to the aquaponics system that we have going on. We already have done 1 round and it didn't go as well as planned, but we learned a lot. I think it's just gonna be a good experience for these kids, these students that are gonna be working with these fish. As you can see, these 3 guys right here with me today. Digo, hola. So we'll see you guys back at the aquaponics farm. Let's go. So now we're headed back. We've got about a 2-hour drive. It took us a little longer to get here this morning. We left at 5 a.m. We didn't get here until 7:30, mainly because we had to do a little bit of a detour, pick up Noah, and we also had to fix the truck. Yeah, that thing was such a problem. I had a new step rail on the side of my truck installed, and it's rubbing, and we figured out that there was like metal touching metal but there were 2 sections of the truck, so it was like really messing up. It was just making so much noise. It was so bad, but we got that mostly fixed. We'll look at it a little bit more when we get back, but that was kind of what was slowing us down this morning. We're back at the plant nursery, the aquaponics. You guys can see we got some stuff growing back here. They haven't been able to grow super good because of our fish, and now we're about to get these fish in this little pond right here. And the reason we decided to change some of the setups with the fish is because we found that there are some fish in here and they're big. They're like this big. And the other tank where we had the fish, they were still really small, so they weren't growing in that little tank over there. So we're just gonna immediately dump them into this pond and contain them here. And as they get a little bigger, then we'll be able to transport them over to the bigger pond where they'll have their specific areas as they get bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is a great solution for us, and it's a little bit more natural. It's got a lot of weeds and natural stuff in there. They got some toads and, you know, tadpoles and all sorts of stuff. So it'll be really good for our fish. Got ourselves a toad or a frog. I'm not really sure. We're gonna go throw it in the other pond. We could just throw it, but I think it'll be a little bit more humane if we just let it go over here. Happy. Hey, so we've got about 5,500 fingerlings or so right here. You can see them. They're all ready to be released. So we've made this makeshift channel here, and we're gonna release them into here. So let's get ready. So they're not at the bottom yet. You can see they're all like up in this area. So as soon as we get from here down, they'll start flying out. Ahora abrirlo. Con la escoba. Okay guys, so right now all of our fish are in this pond. We have decided to make our other pond bigger and deeper so that it can hold more fish. And so you can see here, it's approximately, if I had to guess, 12 to 13 feet deep at its deepest points. So I'll run down here. You guys can get an idea of how deep this is. Yeah, so it's really deep. As you can see, it would probably take at least 2.5 of me to get to the top of this area. And that's when it's probably all the way full. So right now we dug all this out. We got to come back in and layer this thing with plastic, big sealer, because we have leaks. Like right here, you can even see that water is really wet through here. It seems that we have a leak maybe somewhere in this area that goes out underneath, or water could just be coming in, so we don't really know, but it's better to seal this thing off once and for all, and then we don't have to worry about losing any water, which is the plan. So maybe in the next week or two, we'll be able to buy some plastic, and maybe in the next video, we'll be able to show you how we're laying it. Right now, this is about, I think, as deep as we're gonna go. We might try to level it out a little more, maybe rake the edges a little bit. If you're not understanding why we have this tilapia pond, it's for multiple things. We're gonna be able to allow people to fish. Also, another section for producing tilapia. So we're gonna have these nets that are gonna be hanging on these barrels that will float across this pond and basically make these cages for each size tilapia. So every month they'll move to a different section of the pond depending on their size. And then at the end of the month, we'll be able to sell those tilapia to the community and hopefully start growing the ministry with those funds and start investing it into this ministry so we can teach a whole bunch of people. I think we got a couple more things we're gonna do today. We've got to block off where we're putting our pump right now. I'll go show you up here. So let's take a look. Normally the pump is down here in the bottom, and since we're demoing it, we can't have it in here right now. So we have a temporary pump right here, and it's going to be on this corner of the pond. But the problem is this pump is really powerful, and it will basically suck everything into this pipe and ultimately basically recycle it back into this pond. So we need to put like a little barrier in this corner so that the baby tilapia can't get into this pump area, because if they do, it's just gonna whack them and they're probably gonna die. So we've already experienced some of that with some minnows and some toads and some little frogs and just a whole bunch of little critters that have been in here, which is really good because we want this to be as natural as possible. I know the plastic isn't ideal, but we had some serious leaks, so we had to throw that down right now. Hopefully we're gonna be able to get this base down under here soon that we can get going. So that's what's going on right now. You guys might be able to watch us put some fencing up here. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it yet, but we're gonna figure out how to get this thing a little bit more safe for the tilapia. So we don't have anything to really like section it off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically use some of this, which I think will keep the little fish out, just kind of wrap it in that area so that it can't suck any of the bad stuff that goes in there, because water will pass through this pretty good. So we'll try that. Tenemos que jalar esto lo más posible para acá. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and level out a little bit. My students have been working all week getting the dirt out of there. I did a lot of the digging and they did a lot of the driving. So now that they got all the dirt out and leveled it a little bit yesterday, but now we're gonna go back and do a fine tune and get it real nice and level and see how good we can make it look before we try to get some plastic in there. So here we go. Go time. Finally done. Looks like it might be good enough for some plastic. Okay guys, so we had some good quality time today with my students. We got to spend about 4.5 hours in the car this morning, and then we got to clean out this pond, and we got to release all the fish. So you could see that this was a pretty good day for us at 𝑅1T1. We can't wait to see how the aquaponic system grows from here, because we need the tilapia to produce the organic material, the waste, the fertilizer. That was the word I was looking for our plant. And so with that, we're gonna close today out, and we've got a couple more things we're gonna do, but we need to go ahead and see you guys on the next video, because we're gonna go ahead and start prepping a video for a torch house. So if you guys are watching this video, please get ready to watch the next video. Please be on the lookout for it. It is an in-depth training on how to build a torch house. So I just want to say thank you guys for those of you who are watching. We're trying to bring you guys some good info, so enjoy the rest of your day.